We're going to go to the phone shortly and talk to Rain from Arizona, follow up on our conversation from yesterday. But before that, let's dive into the waters of government, shall we? And politics. From revolutionary America through the new nation period, the founders were unanimous in their belief that a combination of executive, legislative, and judicial powers in single hands would destroy liberty. Indeed, James Madison described the Constitution's separation of powers to be founded on a political truth of unparalleled significance. No political truth is certainly of greater intrinsic value, he wrote, or is stamped with the authority of more enlightened patrons of liberty than the principle of separation of powers. This from Jonathan Emord's book, The Rise of Tyranny, which everybody needs to read. Jonathan Emord, The Rise of Tyranny. This is the deal, right? So when this country, the United States, was set up, we had the executive, that's the president, the legislative, the Senate, and the Congress, and the judicial, the courts. Those three branches of government were supposed to be separated, right? And it was a system of checks and balances so that you couldn't concentrate power anywhere in the government. You had to keep it all separated, and that's a big deal, right? This was a central tenet to the founders of the United States of America, separation of powers. You got the executive over here, you've got the legislative over here, and you've got the judicial over there, right? So the legislative, the Congress and the Senate, were the bodies of government that were intended to make the laws. They were the ones that were intended to make the laws. Interestingly, now, we live in a country where 3/4 of all the laws promulgated by the federal government are the product not of elected representatives, not of the people in Congress and the Senate, but of unelected officials appointed to rule the administrative agencies and commissions possessed of combined legislative, executive, and judicial powers, right? This is what happened. In the early 1900s, after the Great Depression, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, for the nation's first major experiment in delegation, Roosevelt came along with his New Deal, right? The New Deal program. And one of the ways that the New Deal was going to work was Roosevelt had to figure out a way to delegate power. The delegation of power, right? He wanted to form an organization, a government-sanctioned organization, which would create its own rules and regulations, and this is how the New Deal took off. The National Industrial Recovery Act of 1933, Roosevelt's New Deal, the National Industrial Recovery Act, granted that organization the power to enforce price fixing and production restrictions. So extensive were the powers given that they provoked dictator Benito Mussolini to say, "Ecco un dictatore, ecco un dictatore," behold, a dictator. So Roosevelt's New Deal created something called the delegation of power into a government-sanctioned organization. In this case, it was the National Industrial Recovery Act, right? This was the beginning of the slippery slide into tyranny. Now, since the New Deal happened, by the way, before the New Deal, before this, Roosevelt weaseled this through the courts, made the government okay with this. Every single time before this, Roosevelt's New Deal, the courts had decided that delegation, which is the creation of a governmental agency, was unconstitutional. Because when you create a governmental agency that can make its own laws, you effectively destroy the separation of powers. There's no more separation of powers, right? So there are over 180 government agencies that have been created since the 1930s. Over 180, and you've heard of them. right? Here they are, the Food and Drug Administration. Ever heard of that? The Federal Aviation Administration, the Federal Communications Commission, the Federal Election Commission, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, the Federal Highway Administration, the Federal Labor Relations Authority, the Federal Railroad Administration, the Federal Trade Commission, the General Services Administration, the Internal Revenue Service, the Internal Trade Commission, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, etc., etc., etc. Over 180 governmental organizations now, which make their own laws. And these organizations are organized, managed, and regulated by themselves. These are the people in the United States that now make the laws. And this is why we no longer live in a constitutional republic. We live in an oligarchy, right? Masquerading as a constitutional republic because of this thing called delegation, which allowed the Congress to stop making laws and delegate the making of laws to governmental organizations, which became self-policing. This has been going on since the 1930s, and most people in the United States are completely unaware of it. They're completely oblivious to it because, remember, we're not as smart as a fifth grader here, right? And this is the beginning of the end, as far as I'm concerned. It's been going on for 70 years. It's getting worse. This is the reason that the Food and Drug Administration makes their own laws. The Food and Drug Administration and all other governmental organizations, they do whatever the hell they want to do. And the laws that they create would not pass public muster. The laws that they create, if they tried to create them the old way, right, by having elected officials create the laws, the elected officials being subservient to the people of the United States. If the people of the United States didn't like how their elected officials were performing, they kick them out. But now when they delegate power to a governmental organization, they can deflect blame, right? So if your congressman is responsible for creating a bill to give certain powers to a legislative body that they have delegated powers to, and you don't like it, the congressman can say, well, I had to vote for that bill because there were other things in it. It's a way for them to deflect responsibility. It's good for them because all they want to do is be reelected. And this is the reason that we are in such a pickle here, because over 3/4 of the laws that are now on the books were not created by elected officials. They were created by people who were appointed. You didn't elect them. They were appointed. You didn't elect the head of the Food and Drug Administration. The head of the Food and Drug Administration was appointed by somebody, and that organization makes all the laws which govern health, all of them. And they were not elected. They were appointed, and you have nothing to do with what they say, nothing at all whatsoever to do. It's their way or the highway. They decide what to do. We all dance to that tune or get thrown in jail. This is why the Food and Drug Administration, the Federal Trade Commission, and every other governmental organization has risen to ascendancy, and this is why we're all in a pickle. Because, unchecked power, right, corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. So I go to completely government-sanctioned, accredited pre-med University of Massachusetts. Got my Bachelor of Science in pre-med from the University of Massachusetts. I go to fully accredited by the United States Educational Department of Education medical school, Bastyr University of Naturopathic Medicine in Seattle, Washington. 4 years, graduate. Pass national boards, pass state boards, pursue continuing education credit every year, and I'm not allowed to practice medicine. Because the Food and Drug Administration only allows the MDs to practice medicine. And you have to have a strong lobby if you want to practice medicine. The chiropractors have a strong lobby, but that's about it. The naturopaths are struggling. The homeopaths are gone. The herbalists are gone. Acupuncturists are struggling, right? We don't get the right to work in hospitals. We don't get the right to have our stuff covered by insurance. I think there are 5 states in the United States now that cover naturopathic medicine with insurance. And it's just the tip of the iceberg, right? The inability of naturopathic physicians to work in all 50 states in the United States, the inability of naturopathic physicians to have insurance coverage for their services, the inaccessibility of naturopathic medicine to the vast majority of people in the United States. The only people that can go to a naturopathic doctor are people that can afford a private health consultation. It's because it's not covered by insurance, not in most states. Why is this so? Do the laws of nature, the laws of science, the laws of medicine change when you cross a state line? No. The only reason that this exists is because of the monopoly imposed on the delivery of medicine by the Food and Drug Administration, which was a governmental organization which Congress delegated the ability to create laws to, and the people that make those laws are not elected. They're appointed. You have to do whatever the hell they want you to do. Do you even know who the head of the Food and Drug Administration is in the United States? No, you don't. Nobody knows who that is. You know who the president is. You know who the vice president is. Maybe you know who your congressman or your senator is, right? But you have no idea who's the head of the Food and Drug Administration, who's the head of the Federal Trade Commission. This stuff is kind of kept at a distance, and you just trust, right, that it's going ahead in your behalf, and it's not. And this is why this radio program is so important, because we offer here general, boilerplate, foundation medical nutrition for the masses, strategies that you can get, that you can enjoin right now today to get you into the game of healing. You don't need a doctor's appointment. You don't need to move to a state that licenses naturopathic medicine. You just need to tune in and turn on. I'm going to talk to Rain in Arizona when we come back. Stick around.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Just recently, we've witnessed some of the most catastrophic disasters in history. Be sure to prepare yourself with great-tasting, high-quality, GMO-free food that has a 25-year shelf life. Of course, we're talking about the foods from SurvivalFoodAlliance.com. And don't forget, the human body needs up to 3 quarts of water every day to remain healthy and hydrated. So check out our water bricks at SurvivalFoodAlliance.com. Go to SurvivalFoodAlliance.com or call 877-223-1776.
My name is Dell, and I live in El Cajon, California. I was concerned about my cholesterol readings because I knew that high cholesterol is related to clogging of the arteries and increases the risk for heart attack and stroke. One day, I heard an ad for Heart and Body Extract, and I was skeptical, but I decided to give it a try. Man, the numbers don't lie.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market, the gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
If you're like me, you're concerned about the stock market and the economy. You're asking the questions, but it just doesn't seem that you're getting the right answers. Well, my friends at the Wealth Preservation Institute not only have the answers, but they've put together a free report, How to Survive the Upcoming Economic Collapse and Protect Your 401ks, IRA savings, and retirement income. Don't hesitate. This report's for free for a limited time by calling 888-772-2929. That's 888-772-2929. Take back your financial lives today.
The men in the white coats are coming to kill us, they're coming to kill us, they're coming to kill us. The men in the white coats are coming to kill us. Run, run away. Hey, oh, what more can I say? Cat Stevens, ladies and gentlemen. I know you're thinking to yourself, Dr. Glidden, it's tragic when someone misses their calling. You really should have been a singer. Let's go to Rain in Arizona. Follow up from yesterday. Rain's calling us back. She is a retired, I think, radio host herself. She's been struggling with health conditions her entire life, tried everything under the sun, finally tried longevity, finally got some results, and she's here to have a conversation with us. Welcome back, Rain. Are you with me?
Hey, I am, Dr. Glidden. Good morning.
Okay, thanks for coming back. How can I help?
Well, yesterday we were talking about my man and his diabetes. Now, he went on longevity with me at the same time, but his diabetes was severe. I thought we were doing pretty well. He wouldn't go completely on a good diet. You know, I follow your stuff just about to the letter. I screw up every now and then, but, you know, I did have maybe 7 or 8 coconut oil potato chips, but I'm pretty good, you know. I'm pretty good. And so anyway, he got involved through the hospital with a group over in California. And as I said yesterday, it was $10,000. And he went on this. They took every carb, all carb, 0 carbs from him. And his sugar was so high that they did. Now they're trying to do this. I commend them without the drugs of, you know, the FDA. That's not normal. But his was so high that they did put him on a small dose of Januvia. Well, here we are later. He lost 30 pounds. A few days ago, we spent the day in the hospital. His diarrhea has been so severe, and he was completely dehydrated while drinking 7 bottles of water a day.
Wow.
He went to bed for 8 days. So now, as you know, Mike and I talk about this, and we know that his gut is destroyed, where those people didn't know that. I asked him, I said, did they ask you what your stomach, did you have a lot of, you know, acid indigestion, blah, blah, blah? No, they never asked me any of that. Well, Mike and I knew we were armed with this, so we took him off a tangy tangerine, you know, and we were reintroducing a little bit at a time in the longevity and trying to do the diet when he went away and went to this California thing. So here we are. What do we do?
Okay, how much does he weigh?
Well, now he's down to 160 pounds.
At 160 pounds. Okay, so, all right. So, given his history, right, and given the fact that he had trouble with the nutritional supplements, diarrhea. Was it causing any type of pain in the GI tract, or was it just, loose stools?
Yeah, just water. Yeah.
Okay. So that's an indication that the body is having trouble absorbing the supplements, and the body is having trouble absorbing the supplements not because of anything bad with the supplements, but because the intestinal tract has been compromised, by decades of eating all the wrong food. So given the fact that he's had
35 years on Tums.
And 35 years on Tums. Okay. So is he still taking Tums or, any type of antacid? So he stopped that. And does he still have heartburn?
Occasionally he has to be very careful of what he eats, but he doesn't take anything for it now. But his diet is so limited that I don't know how you would get heartburn.
Well, yeah, okay. So you get heartburn because your body doesn't have enough stomach acid. Heartburn is caused by not enough stomach acid as opposed to too much stomach acid, which the MDs think. You want to watch an MD's head explode, ask them how it's possible for someone's stomach to create too much acid. And they'll tell you, it's genetic. And then you should ask them, well, really, which gene is it? It's virtually impossible for the human body to create too much of something. It can do it. It's hard. It's very easy for the body to create not enough of something because it's run out of the raw materials it needs to make whatever it's trying to make. So heartburn is caused by a deficiency in stomach acid, not an excess. It leads to the buildup of a chemical in the stomach called gastrin, which opens the sphincter at the top of the stomach. So he needs, among other things, extra calcium. We're up against a break now. I'm going to dial this in for you, Rain, when we come back. I appreciate the call back. Appreciate your trust and your willingness to step outside of the box. That's exactly what you need to do, ladies and gentlemen. drglidden.com. Check it out. So let's go back and finish up with Rain in Arizona. Okay, Rain. So here's the deal. What I would do here is, because of the gut issue, for the first 4 weeks, I would just give him gastrointestinal support, and then starting on month number 2, I would move forward with the full boat program. And so here's how I would do that at his body weight. So for the first 4 weeks, I would get 4 bottles of Oxy Body Cherry Berry. 4 bottles of Oxy Body Cherry Berry. No, you know what? I'm sorry. 2 bottles of Oxy Body Cherry Berry. OXY Body. Oxy Body Cherry Berry. 2 of those. Okay. 2 bottles of Mackey Plus. MAQUI Plus. 2 bottles of Mackey Plus. 2 bottles of Beyond OsteoFX, which is the liquid calcium. 2 bottles of, okay. And 2 bottles of digestive enzymes, Ultimate Enzymes. I would give him, I would give him 1 ounce a day from each of the liquids, 1 ounce a day. So that's going to be 2 ounces of the Mackey Plus a day, 2 ounces of the Oxy Body Cherry Berry a day, 2 ounces of the liquid calcium a day. And I would have him take the Ultimate Enzymes immediately before bed. No, I'm sorry, the Ultimate Enzymes before a meal. 1 or 2 of the Ultimate Enzymes at the very beginning of a meal. He has to get into the habit of salting his food so that it tastes good, because in order for his stomach acid to be healthy, he needs calcium and salt. So he needs to get into the habit, if he's not already, of using salt liberally. That's what I would have him do for the first 4 weeks. Now, he's got a blood sugar. He's got the blood sugar issue, right?
Right. Yes.
So, additionally, during the first month, I would get 2 bottles of Sweeties.
Okay.
And 2 bottles of the plant-derived minerals.
Okay.
And I would give him 4 Sweeties twice a day between meals. And I would give him 1 ounce of the plant-derived minerals twice a day. Now, you can mix the liquids together. You can separate them. You can mix them with water, mix them with juice. I don't care, whatever works. I want him, the only thing that's required here is I want him to take 1 ounce of the plant minerals and 1 ounce of the liquid calcium mixed together immediately before bed. 1 ounce of the plant minerals and 1 ounce of the liquid calcium. You can put that in water, a little bit of water to kind of...
the liquid calcium, I'm sorry, doctor, is the OsteoFX?
Yeah, that's correct. Beyond OsteoFX, right? Make sure it's the liquid. They make that product in a powder and a liquid, okay?
Okay, I've got it.
All right, and have him do at least 1 ounce of the liquid calcium and 1 ounce of the plant minerals and a little bit of water immediately before bed.
Okay.
If he didn't have a blood sugar issue, I would tell him to mix that with orange juice before bed, but because he has a blood sugar issue, he should do it in water. Do that for 4 weeks. Okay, then starting in week number 5, month number 2, for every month for 3 months, here's what I would have him do. 1, Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. That's the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, the liquid calcium, the EFAs all together. The Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid, one of those. One bottle of 2 bottles of plant-derived minerals. 2 bottles of plant-derived minerals.
Okay.
1 bottle of Beyond OsteoFX liquid. And 2 bottles of Sweeties per month moving forward. And that should stand him in good stead. Now, generally speaking, what we see when we dial this in is slow and steady improvement over time. Every couple of weeks, it's better. Every couple of weeks, it's better. It builds on itself like a snowball. Now, when you add the Beyond Tangy Tangerine back into the fray here, if that product generates loose stool again, then he's taking too concentrated a dose too quickly. And generally speaking, what I like to start people with is per canister, 1 level scoop in 16 ounces of water twice a day.
Okay.
So that's what he's going to do, 1 level scoop in 16 ounces of water twice a day. However, I would counsel him to take 3 hours to drink each 16 ouncer down. And when you make the Beyond Tangy Tangerine supplement for him, 1 level scoop in 16 ounces of water twice a day, each time you make it, please put in 1 ounce of the plant-derived minerals.
Okay.
All right. And he just should spread that out. If he takes 1 scoop in 16 ounces and, he's good over 3 hours, there's no way that's going to cause loose stool.
Okay.
Now, starting in month 5, right, I want him to go up to 2 canisters of Beyond Tangy Tangerine per month. And I want him to take 4 scoops of that a day. 4 scoops. That's what we're working up to, is 4 scoops of that a day. But I don't want to do that until the 5th month, because we're going to upset the apple cart if we do.
I'm thinking I will probably be on the phone with you before that time comes, and we'll go over this again, and you can tell me if I'm missing.
Yeah, it's entirely possible we can kind of speed this up. It all depends on, his experience of his body relative to the products, right? But remember, and this is, you've had intimate experience with this over the last 3 decades. The only thing that matters is results, right?
Exactly, yes.
That's what we're looking for, is results. And, so even when we're doing kind of a pared down strategy here, like we are for him, every couple of weeks we want to see something brighten up. I don't care what it is, right? Mood, energy, appetite, sleep, something. It's got to get better every couple of weeks.
How about his abilities as a man?
Well, yeah, that's any type of sexual dysfunction, man or woman, any type of hormonal irregularity, man or woman, is the first, second, and third thing to think about is cholesterol, and then you think about cholesterol, and then you think about cholesterol. Because all of our sex hormones, whether we're a man or a woman, and all of our stress hormones as well, are made from cholesterol. So if you're eating a fat-free diet, and you're on a cholesterol-lowering statin drug because your medical doctor's an idiot, your sex drive's going to be in the crapper. You're going to have erectile dysfunction if you're a man. You're going to have hot flushes for 5 years if you're a woman. And it's not because of anything other than your body has run out of what it needs to have healthy hormones. So anybody who is struggling... No, No. And this is a common myth, right? The medical people will tell you, for instance, that high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes and arthritis are byproducts of obesity, right? That erectile dysfunction is a byproduct of type 2 diabetes. No, they're not. They're all different arms of the same octopus. Obesity and high blood pressure and arthritis and type 2 diabetes and erectile dysfunction are all caused by nutrient deficiencies. But because the medical doctors are unaware of these data points, they make determinations which are incorrect. And because they're a self-regulating, self-policing monopoly, nobody questions them. And we all genuflect at their altar, believe everything that comes out of their mouth, even though history has proven that they are consistently wrong. And this is a remarkable sociological phenomenon to me, that we continue as a culture to lionize the MDs, to genuflect at their altar, even though while we have been under their care and their guidance, life expectancy has gotten shorter, infertility has gotten worse, Alzheimer's has risen from obscurity to become the 4th or 6th leading cause of death, depending on how you crunch the numbers. Autism is skyrocketing. Obesity is skyrocketing. Arthritis is not getting any better. Type 2 diabetes is escalating, not getting any better. It's getting much worse. We are going to hell in a handbasket while we have been under the tutelage and the care of the MDs. It's their fault. It's their fault. And yet what do? We tune in Dr. Oz. We write another medical insurance premium check to give us access to their ridiculous, old-fashioned, juvenile, dangerous, ineffective therapeutics. I simply don't understand how this can happen. But it does happen because, people are uninformed and scared. I mean, when you're sick, you're scared. You got to do something. Well, I might as well go to the MD I've been paying for my whole flipping life. And then they fail you and you go back, and they fail you and you go back, and they fail you and you go back, and they fail us and we go back. And it's why do we do that? Because we don't have a free market. We don't know that anything else exists. And this is why I love Dr. Wallach, because he had the foresight years ago to set Youngevity up as a network marketing business in order to grow a grassroots coalition, because he knew this information wasn't going to percolate through mainstream. So we're building a grassroots coalition, right? I help you, you help your husband, right? Your husband helps somebody, they help somebody, they help somebody, they help somebody. And that's how we're going to change the world, Rain. That's how we're going to change the world, right?
We are. And, Dr. Glidden, way back in the day, I was probably booked 2 or 3 months out as to who I was, having on my show. But Dr. Wallach was scheduled to come on my show probably 18 years ago now.
Wow.
And and I shut down and moved for a while, and I missed him. He would have changed my life. He would have made everything different.
Well, retrospect makes wise women of us all, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're in the boat now, baby, and there's nothing but blue skies ahead. No kidding.
Yeah. And so I'm going to go out and talk to Ron and let him know everything that you and I have talked about. And he's willing.
Okay, great. And I'm always available, so have him not be shy. Have him give me a call, right? Get it straight from the horse's mouth, and we'll move this. We'll move this baby forward as fast as we can. Appreciate you, Rain, very much. Stay in touch and keep up the good work. Your people need you more than you know. We have 1 minute left in this segment. Let's go to Dale in California. Hey, Dale. Thanks for calling.
Hi.
You are live.
Hi, Dr. Glidden. Thank you very much.
What's up?
I wanted to talk to you about blood sugar. I've been on 90 for life and for over 30 days, going into 5 weeks now, and I'm not seeing a drop in my blood sugar.
All right, excellent. Appreciate the call. We're up against a commercial break here, Dale. Stick around. I'll dial this in for you on the other side. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. I am your steadfast advocate for health. I am the red pill. Let's all pop out of the medical matrix together. Visit drglidden.com and get your health back today. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Dr. Peter Glidden, your steadfast advocate for health, talking to Dale in California about diabetes. Hey, Dale, are you still with me?
Yeah, I am, and I guess I need to correct something. I guess my blood sugars were in the 400s, like 425, 430, 410. Now they're like 380. So I've seen a drop in 40, 50 points over this 5-week period, but I guess my concern is that do I need to be more concerned than I am, or do I just keep grinding away and hope that it continues to drop?
Oh, yeah, it's a great point. It's a great question. So the basic understanding here is that, you can tear down a house in one day, right? I don't know if you've ever seen somebody tear down a house. It's pretty cool. But you can do it in one day, completely take it away in one day. It takes like a year to build a house, right? But you can tear it down in one day. It's the same with healing. When we're engaging a therapeutic process, which actually is attempting to cure the problem, attempting to heal the situation, it's very much a marathon, not a sprint. It's a process, not an event. So what we look to see here with anybody with any type of health condition is inside of 4 weeks, some type of noticeable, measurable, positive change, which you have already secured. I mean, it's dropped 40 points, right? So when we get something noticeable and measurable in a positive direction in the first 4 weeks, we just keep riding the horse. And, generally speaking, what happens is the second week it's better. And then the second month it's more better. And then the third month it's more better. And it kind of builds on itself like a snowball rolling down a hill and kind of has exponential growth, right? So I would anticipate 80-point improvement by the end of the next month. And then 150-point improvement by the end of the next month and something like that. So really the most important thing here, Dale, and this is a really good question, and it's kind of a fundamental point for people to understand because we have been so socialized by the quick fix, right? Take the Excedrin and 30 minutes later the pain is gone. Wasn't that great? This is very much a process, not an event. However, right, even though it might take 3 months for us to be eating a tomato from a seed that we planted, every week or so, the tomato plant's going to be growing and there's going to be measurable improvement. Well, it's the same with medical nutrition. Now, if you want to up the ante here, then I would double down on the diet and really make sure that you're really just doing a really super good job with being gluten-free, right? Eliminating the other 8 bad foods, 12 bad foods in total. And it's never a bad idea for anybody to increase their dosage of plant-derived minerals. That's never a bad idea. So, my recommendation outside of the Healthy Pack and the Sweeties and whatever else you're taking, 1 bottle per 100 pounds of a month of the plant-derived minerals. It's never a bad idea to add more plant minerals into the bargain. It's $20 a bottle, right? I mean, you can't go wrong. But really, the only other thing you need, Dale, is just keep monitoring, right, like you're doing. Keep monitoring your blood sugars. Write it down so you get a chart and look for continued positive improvement, which kind of builds on itself over time, and you're good to go, brother. Does that make sense?
Okay, so from a financial standpoint, what I can afford is the Beyond Osteo Tangy Tangerine and the EFA Plus 2 bottles of Sweeties. That's what I can afford per month right now. I'm taking the full dose for the 200 pounds of the Sweeties, but the rest of them I'm taking kind of the half dose. Am I defeating a purpose here, or better?
No, you're good. No, and you're good, right? Because how do I know you're good? Because it's working. Now, right, if you can find another $20 a month, then I would get a bottle of the plant-derived minerals. If you can't, just maintain the discipline. And the interesting thing here is, as you go further and further down the track being gluten-free, your intestinal tract is able to absorb a little bit more of the nutrients. So right now, your body might be absorbing 50% of the stuff that you swallow, but in a couple of weeks, be able to absorb 60%, right? In a couple of weeks after that, 65%. So as you're more disciplined with the diet and more time goes by, you'll be getting more bang for your therapeutic buck by taking exactly the same supplements. Keep up the good work and stay in touch. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of time. Where does it go? I am your steadfast advocate for health. Check out the website, educate yourself, and welcome to the undiscovered country of science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. Live long and prosper. See you tomorrow. drglidden.com.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states.
Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't take on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180. This is a healthcare alert from the Pain Relief Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You don't have to suffer any longer. You can immediately qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you by calling our 24/7 Pain Relief Hotline at 866-389-0620. Delivery is free and all paperwork is handled for you. If you are on Medicare and have knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain, don't wait. You can qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost by calling our 24/7 Pain Hotline now at 866-389-0620. Our representatives are standing by 24/7 to take your call and rush you your pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you. Shipping is free and all paperwork is handled for you. Just call 866-389-0620. That's 866-389-0620. Again, 866-389-0620.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common-sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey Guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit goberkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey Guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products, most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Blockit Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockitPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockitPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockitPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Is negative content or comments on the web affecting your personal or professional reputation? Unfavorable comments, embarrassing pictures, videos, legal documents, and bad tweets can ruin your personal life, your career, or your business. It happens a lot, and it's just not fair. But what can you do? Reputation.com can protect your good name. Get a free consultation now at 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Call right now for a free expert reputation analysis. It's easy to squash the unfair attacks with our patented system, and the analysis is absolutely free. Make the best things about you jump out in searches. Protect your personal and professional reputation, your business, and your income. Get your free reputation analysis from Reputation.com right now. Call 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771.
A lot of people's lives and bodies are out of balance. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops optimize pH level and get rid of harmful waste and acid. Just a few drops in water restores vibrance and energy and gets you back in balance. Now order 2 bottles and get $10 off your order. Sign up for monthly auto shipping and save 25%. Call 800-518-7615 or visit alkavision.com. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com. By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Blockit Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockitPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockitPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockitPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Hi, I'm Rick Osick with Famous Footwear. Did you know that premature birth is the #1 killer of babies? That's why we support the March of Dimes in the fight against premature birth. Join us in supporting cutting-edge research, treatment programs, and outreach to help moms have full-term pregnancies and healthy babies. Learn how you can help save babies' lives at marchofdimes.org.
Earthquake, floods, winter storms, prolonged power outages, or war. Each of us have had that moment when we recognize that we need to be better prepared. We typically do the same thing. We start with food storage, then we address the need for water. But have you considered heat storage? I'm talking about staying warm in the cold. Here are some things for you to consider. How will I keep my family warm? The standard answers are firewood, coal, or propane. But the problem with that if you need to be on the move is you can't take it with you. Another concern, there may come a time when you need to stay warm without smoke, like in times of war. There may even come a time when you can't burn fuel. The answers may be simpler and less costly than you think. For these answers, go to fortressclothing.com. Again, fortressclothing.com has the answers to your heat storage dilemma. Don't get stuck in the cold. fortressclothing.com. You'll never be cold again.
My dad was 59 when he collapsed from a heart attack late last year. Just this past August was when we spread his ashes on the St. Croix River. I loved my dad, but boy was he stubborn. He hadn't been to the doctor in over 25 years. His excuse? He simply couldn't afford it. He wasn't a rich man by any means. At less than $107 per month, libertyoncall.org would have been the perfect alternative for my father. Don't wait. Go to libertyoncall.org right now for not just your sake, but for the sake of your loved ones. Again, that's libertyoncall.org.
Your house is under attack. Every day, our homes and families are attacked by harmful gases, mold, and pollutants caused by everyday activities. According to the EPA, indoor air can be 5 to 100 times worse than outdoor air. And the American Lung Association states that poor indoor air can cause infections and chronic lung diseases such as asthma. Protect your family with a complete indoor air quality package from Wave Home Solutions. Wave ventilation units for basements and crawl spaces reduce moisture that nourishes mold, odors, dust mites, and expels gases and pollutants. Add the Wave 6-stage air purifier to get rid of the viruses, chemicals, and pollutants upstairs for a complete indoor air quality solution. A healthy home is the best investment you can make. Visit WaveHomeSolutions.com. That's WaveHomeSolutions.com or call 888-758-WAVE. That's 888-758-WAVE.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
A lot of people's lives and bodies are out of balance. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops optimize pH level and get rid of harmful waste and acid. Just a few drops in water restores vibrance and energy and gets you back in balance. Now order 2 bottles and get $10 off your order. Sign up for monthly auto shipping and save 25%. Call 800-518-7615 or visit alkavision.com. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com.
Thousands of people seeking home security get ripped off every day, and the home security industry wants you to believe that's your only option. They've got hordes of salesmen out there trying to scare you into signing one of their long-term contracts. You get stuck writing huge checks month after month with no way out. It's robbery by contract, and it can cost you thousands. But there's a better way to protect your home. Simply Safe Home Security. Simply Safe has no contracts. None. You'll get award-winning 24/7 protection. Security professionals watching over your home, ready to instantly send police to the rescue for just $14.99 per month. That's less than half what most companies charge. Protect your home the smart way. Visit simplysafedefense.com today for an exclusive 10% offer and get a free keychain remote worth $25. Only when you go to simplysafedefense.com. simplysafedefense.com.